All right, welcome. So, between November 7th and December 7th, we are stepping into a really unique period of time, the Ding Hai month. And this is a time that's all about this fascinating mix of energies, you know? It's offering up some pretty big changes, but also this incredible sense of balance. So, let's just dive right in and figure out how to navigate it all.
So here's the big question I want you to think about for the next few weeks. We usually think of change as, well, chaotic, maybe even stressful, right? But what if this month is offering something totally different? What if all the changes that are heading your way are actually wrapped up in this energy of calm and genuine opportunity? Let's unpack that.
Okay, so to really get a handle on the opportunities, we first have to understand the energy that's sort of the foundation for the entire month. And it all comes down to this beautiful idea called water, fire, harmony.
And honestly, the imagery here just nails it perfectly. You've got the ding element, which is like a soft, gentle candle flame. It's not some raging inferno. And then you have the hai element, which is like a flowing stream, not a giant tidal wave. When you put them together, they create this perfect state of water-fire harmony. The source material gives this brilliant analogy. It's just like a cozy fireside chat in the middle of winter. You get all of that warmth and comfort with absolutely none of the scorching heat.
So, what does this actually feel like in our day-to-day lives? Well, this harmony creates this really gentle, calm atmosphere. If you're someone who often feels rushed or impatient, or you get fired up easily, you might find this month feels surprisingly comfortable. It's the perfect climate for making that steady, meaningful progress without feeling like you're gonna burn out.
Now let's build on that. Let's see how this calm energy really flows into the month's biggest theme, opportunity. Because even though the feeling is gentle, the potential for positive shifts is actually incredibly dynamic.
This quote from our source material really sets the tone, doesn't it? The changes that come up this month, they aren't things to be afraid of. Seriously, think of them as doorways. The key insight here is to just stay open and recognize that a sudden shift in your plans might just be the universe rerouting you towards something even better.
And what might these changes look like? Well, they could be pretty tangible. You might see some adjustments at work. Maybe a new role or a new project lands on your desk. It could even be a physical move to a new home. You might find that your social circles are changing, connecting you with people who are more on your wavelength. Or, hey, you could just get a sudden chance to travel. The theme is movement, but it's definitely movement with purpose.
Now this is a huge one. This is one of the biggest opportunities of the Ding Hai month. It's what's known as a Noble People or Gui Ren month. Basically, this means you have a much higher chance of meeting people who can help you, who can guide you, or just support you. This could be a mentor at work, an elder who has some wise advice, or maybe even a new friend who just totally gets you.
So, how do you make sure you actually connect with these helpful people? It's not just about luck, it's about your whole approach. First up, stay humble. Be genuinely open to advice. Number 2, when someone helps you, really express that gratitude and be sincere about it. And third, and this is so important, pay it forward. You be a helpful person for someone else. That kind of positive energy has a funny way of flowing right back to you.
This balanced creative energy is also going to give a major boost to certain fields. If your work is in culture, the arts, media, fashion, anything that involves aesthetics and communication, you might just find your projects are flowing with so much more ease and inspiration. And the same goes for wellness and spiritual practices, where that calm energy is just a natural fit.
All right, but of course, it's not all just smooth sailing. Every month has its challenges. But in Ding Hai, think of these less as dangers and more as, let's call them areas that just need a little extra mindfulness, a gentler approach. Let's break down what to keep an eye on.
And this slide lays out the strategy perfectly. See, it's not about slamming on the brakes, it's more like gently shifting gears. With all the potential for change, it's just smart to pause on any large, risky financial moves and instead just focus on protecting what you've got. Instead of jumping into new partnerships, prioritize careful observation. And rather than rushing big decisions, give yourself the time and space for some proper due diligence. And because this is such a month of movement, you can probably expect a little unpredictability when it comes to travel. The key here is just being prepared. Plan ahead, build in some buffer time for potential delays, and have your important documents backed up digitally. Think of it like you're applying that same calm, forward-thinking energy to your travel plans. A little bit of planning makes sure that any unexpected change stays an adventure, not a crisis.
Okay, let's get super practical. This is your toolkit for staying healthy, staying balanced, and really making the most of this month's unique energy.
When it comes to your health, the big theme is balance. That fire-water energy,
It connects to the heart and the mind, so you really want to avoid those big emotional swings, both the intense highs and the deep lows. Gentle movements like walking or Tai Chi are perfect. This month also asks you to pay special attention to your eyes, so take breaks from your screens. And finally, a balanced diet that's a bit lighter on the oil and salt will support your system beautifully.
And check this out. Here's a super simple but really powerful tip. The source material specifically recommends being in bed by 11 p.m. That's the magic number. This lines up perfectly with the energy of the season, and it lets your body properly recharge and repair. It's honestly one of the easiest ways you can stay in harmony with the month's rhythm.
Okay, let's boil this all down into a quick cheat sheet. You start to see the pattern here, right? The do list is all about this gentle internal growth, learning things, connecting with people, organizing your space. The don't list is all about avoiding these forceful external risks, big investments, impulsive decisions, heated arguments. It all comes back to that core theme, gentle forward motion.
All right, so if you remember nothing else from this, remember these 3 things. This is your compass for success this month. These are the 3 keys to really thrive.
Number 1, and this is probably the most important, be flexible. Remember all those potential shifts we talked about in work or your home or travel? Flexibility is what lets you ride those waves instead of fighting them. It's all about adapting and just going with the flow, so you can turn every single change into a potential opportunity.
The second key, be gentle. And this applies to everything. How you talk to other people, how you solve problems, and especially how you treat yourself. This is not a month for brute force. It's a month for finesse. It's about having the right touch, not the heaviest hand.
And number 3 is a fascinating one, accumulate. Think of this month as a time for gathering and storing, not for just spending all your energy at once. It's about accumulating knowledge, strengthening your relationships, and building up your inner resources. You're basically setting the stage for some really powerful action down the road.
And there you have it. That's your compass. Being flexible lets you navigate any change that comes your way. Being gentle makes sure you do it smoothly. And focusing on accumulation means you end the month stronger and more prepared than when you started.
So, there you go. You're equipped. You've got the map of the month's energies, and you have a 3-point compass to guide you. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to embrace the gentle flow of this month to transform inevitable change into your next great opportunity? The power, truly, is in your hands.